Hello, hello, and welcome to another Daily Code Fun. I am One Lion. I've been working on trying to get my starting screen updated because I just realized that it says Daily Code Fun, weekday Blazor development stream, which isn't wrong, but I've also been working with other technologies like MAUI and I just happen to be using Blazor for the UI for the MAUI project. So I just wanted to get this thing updated, and apparently I was doing it in here. So what I actually want to do is move it down. Well, I guess I wanted in all of them. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do that now real quick. Um, select font, make it bold, make it bigger. 256, really? I had it at 256, and yes, hello, Qnikin. Qnikin? Welcome to the Daily Code Fun, where we have been playing with Blazor a lot, or MAUI lately, and we're just going to keep having fun with it. Right now, as you can see, I'm playing with my title. Duplicate this, and I duplicated that where? Here. Okay. Rename this. You want to get into Blazor and MAUI too, but haven't really started yet. Well, you're in the right place. I am doing a lot of exploration today. Daily title fun is what we're doing currently, though. I've been doing a lot of exploration and a lot of learning about how MAUI is structured, how to manipulate things, because I come from a web development background. I've done a lot of Blazor development. I did MVC before this. And yeah, so I'm not familiar with XAML and with the approaches and the quirks that you get with WinUI applications, so stuff like WPF or UWP. And so I'm learning. I'm learning how to do things like manipulate the title bar. That's what we're working on today. We're continuing on with that. But yeah, if you are interested in seeing how we started what we're currently working on, I have the first day posted on YouTube. I guess I need to make a link for that. Dukasoft is about to do it. I know it. But I need to add a command for my YouTube channel that I'm using to post these. I need to type this. This is my subtitle that I'm trying to type here. And I want you to move first. Actually, I want to clear it out first. And so, I'm not doing any editing. This command is not implemented. I'm not doing any. I don't know what I was about to say. It doesn't matter, does it? What did this thing used to say? Weekday Blazor development stream. We're going to make it say properties weekday.net development stream. What? What? And I need to make it just a little bit smaller. Okay, now I should have a way to manually specify my title and subtitle in OBS without needing to recreate a new. Yeah, exactly. I was in the wrong screen when I was putting this thing together, BitGamey. I will get my updated. So I usually use my the stream will start soon. So let's add an existing group called Project Splash Group. And that's going to go behind these here. Get rid of Project Splash. And there we go. So I just need to add it to this one. I do have some news about what might be happening in, I have no idea how long because I haven't been sent the dates yet. But in a short while, there may be an increase in streaming. And maybe we'll work on a pretty intense project during that time. But I'll tell you more as the stream progresses, because I just got information about 10 minutes before the stream started about my future. And no, it's not about a new job either. Maybe. Project Splash goes down here. There we go. And now we have all of our Project Splash screens updated, and I can manipulate the code, not the code, the text on each of these. Yay! Okay, so what I was trying to say, Qniken, is I'm not doing any, what is the word I'm looking for? Editing, any image editing, video editing on the videos that I'm posting to my YouTube, which, by the way, I can at least find my YouTube channel. What is my YouTube channel? It's currently Bedokudi Coding, which I may update the name to 11 Lion, but people will be like, what is Bedokudi? My channel. Okay, so, ew. I still have that as my starting video. That's weird. Anyway, this is my YouTube channel that I'll be posting all of our live streams to from now on. At least 24 hours after I stream, because they need to be exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours at least. Hello, Softisan Software, and I already said hi to Big Gamey, but hi anyway, again. Okay, so I need that still open, and the reason that I realized this is because I was trying to put a thumbnail on the first video that I'm trying to publish publicly. So about 2 days ago, yeah, Tuesday, we started with the MAUI Blazor theming project, where we're exploring theming in MAUI. So anyway, this is me, by the way. Something happened to my camera, but that's okay. We are in traffic, I think. We're not just in any traffic, we're in traffic in Kotoni, Sapporo, Hokkaido. We're in Japan. Nihon. Nihon? Nihon is Japanese person. Nippon. Nippon, I think, is the country. A moving window. Seems to be not moving, though. But that's cool. I'm glad we get to be in Japan for a minute. I need to get my windows moved around. Okay, so let's start off with the news that I was talking about. I got a phone call. I got a Teams call earlier today about, what time is it now? How much time did I waste already? About 20 minutes ago, that the client that I'm doing the project for, so as you know, as most of you know, I work for a company called Sagetti, which is a consulting agency, and man, this thing feels really high. So as a software consultant working in a large consulting firm, what happens is there are people that go out and say, hey, big company, do you need any developers? Do you need any designers? Do you need any cloud infrastructure people? Do you need any of the services that we provide? because we have all of these resources being developers like myself, designers like the person that did the amazing job of redesigning the app that I'm currently working on. And they pretty much sell us to them. They're like, we have these assets available, we have these resources available. So that's Sogeti, that's a consulting firm in general. And so the client that I'm working with, that the project that they put me on, the client is like, well, we need all of the consultants that are working on any of our projects to take 2 weeks off. And I was like, I never take time off. And you're telling me that I have to take time off. And also, I just started this job early May, and I don't have enough leave for PTO. Whoa. Oh my goodness. That made me. I'm gonna switch screens. I mean, I want to see Japan. I was waiting for the car to move so that I can see some of Japan, but this is dizzying. But I can't stop looking. I love it. Okay, moving on. Geez, I got a little woozy there. I was saying something about taking time off. What is time off, Aspect Gamey? When I left my previous job, I had over 200 hours of leave, of annual leave, and yeah, they didn't pay it out. Even though in Colorado they're supposed to pay it out. Moving on. I'm not gonna go around there. I'm not gonna do that. How can you drive around Japan and look at the camera? Oh, I get it now. You were a passenger. Yes. Yes, that is true. And then I jumped out. And now we're standing still. This is actually a building behind me. So anyway, I'm supposed to take 2 weeks off. When you work for a consulting agency, there are 2 or 3 states, I guess, that you're in. Well, I'm going to oversimplify it. And then I jumped out. I'm going to oversimplify it. There are 2 states that you are in. You're either working on a project, which means that you are doing billable hours for a client so that Sogeti can build a client, or you are benched, which means you're between projects. Benched means that Sogeti is paying you, the employee, the consultant, out of their own pocket, essentially, as opposed to billing the customer, billing the client to pay you. And then, of course, making however much extra they make on top of how much you're getting paid. So it's usually looked down upon to be benched for very long, and you actually get bonuses and stuff if you are among the top people who are not benched. So that said, I don't want to be benched, and I don't want to take leave, and I don't have enough hours to take as much leave as they want me to take, PTO, sorry, as they want me to take. So they're trying to figure out what to do with the people that are in this type of situation, because it's not just me, it's everyone that they have working for this client or on a project for this client, and they have 3 projects going on for this client. But what that means is if I am going to be benched for about 2 weeks or a little over or under 2 weeks, so if I use all of the currently accrued PTO and then I'm benched for the rest of the time, I would just take that as PTO, or wait, how would I do that? I'm thinking the opposite. For the time that I am actually going to take PTO, I can use those days for a project, like devote my entire workday to working on one of our projects, which would be awesome. I would love to do that. Don't take PTO, take the bench. Yeah. But of course, their Sogeti is pushing for me to not be on the bench because, again, that's their resources. That's their time that should be billable hours that is not being billable hours. So they're kind of pushing PTO. But they're also like, we don't want to, we actually will not allow you to go negative PTO in this case, even though you are allowed to like take PTO ahead of time as long as it's not more than your annual accrued PTO. Right. Yeah, yeah. And I'm completely understanding that, nerd herder, and I am gonna what they're actually trying to do is find another project that they can put me on for 2 weeks, because they're they're acting like they're really excited to have me. It's kind of nice. It feels nice. And I'm not one for like, external motivation or external feels good, feel good, but that feels really nice. That they're like, well, we want to keep you busy with projects and stuff, and we want, yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff. And then they've already talked about 2 other projects that they are considering putting me on. And I'm like, well, my client wants to keep me for longer. And they're like, as long as your client has the money to pay for you, then yeah, we're all for that too. I'm like, it's been fun. So it doesn't matter. It's been super fun. So that's my news. That's my story. How are the rest of you? I hope you're doing fantastic. We're exploring some more. So I'm going to bring this over on screen while you guys are responding. As I mentioned, I am starting to put all of these videos that are unedited, unfiltered. They're just me talking the way that I talk on stream, and I'm putting them on the YouTubes on Betokudi. Betokudi. Which I'm probably going to change the name to 11 Lion. So don't, yeah, I think it's by ID, so you don't have to worry about updating updating your, yeah. If you subscribe to that channel on YouTube, don't be surprised if you see the name change from Betokudi Coding to 11 Lion, or just pronounced one lion. The one is silent. You get to choose which one is the silent one. What else is new? I saw a James Montemagno video this morning, posted about an hour before I watched it, because I'm chomping at the bit for any tidbit, any piece of information related to Blazor. And unfortunately, he just gave information on his architecture, his normal project approach, and I'm like, wow, that sounds super familiar. I just never called my approach MVVM, where you have models that are completely dumb. You have these view models that are kind of hybrid view models. They're not like they know how to hydrate themselves, but they also don't really contain logic for communicating with the database or the API server or stuff like that. And instead, we have these service classes that are used to get stuff from the server, hydrate the view models, and then send that back to the application. And I'm like, yeah, I really like that approach. But I'm still looking for information on what we're trying to do. So yesterday after the stream, yes, it was. I just couldn't remember what order this happened in. Yesterday after the stream, I was stuck at trying to provide a custom title bar for my application, because right now the only thing that I can do for background color on the title bar is on Windows 11, and that's called using the API, using the title bar customization API found at this site here. And I have a need, that's right, it's a need, to customize the title bar in operating systems less than Windows 11 when running on Windows. So that is .NET MAUI title bar. Why are you way down there? I need you, and you. So this is the first one, actually. Okay. So I was trying to follow this. And this tells me how to target the title bar and what customizations to use in what scenario. So when using Win, and this is, I believe this is just specific to WinUI 3, and there is nothing that's MAUI specific about it. And that's what makes this really hard. Or not even WinUI 3, just it's specific to WinUI. So there's this thing called the Windows App SDK. That's what we're currently using to customize the title bar. So here you can see me using that by getting the app window, which is a WinUI, come on, take me there, a WinUI object. You can see that it's in Microsoft UI.windowing. And that has this .titlebar object that is populated, and I can modify the background color and the button background color and other elements of app window. Disfortunately, this only works on Windows 11. And just so that we can prove that it works, oh, I need to get rid of the switching outness. It's going to make me rebuild. And I think that I'm returning early. I am. Okay, so this is just proof that on Windows 11, I think I have to fully restart. Okay, on Windows 11, I can manipulate the background color of the title bar and the button or buttons. And then if I change something, so this is the Blazor Razor class library code. If I make a change in here, then I'm just essentially triggering a property changed event in a state class that's shared with both the Razor class library and the main application. And you can see that the title bar changed colors as well. And so that's easy. We can do that. But if you run this on Windows 10, the title bar will not change color. The only thing that you can set on the title bar using this, this approach here is the actual title itself. So after the stream yesterday, Scott continued sending me messages to see if he can maybe investigate further, because we were just exploring together and it was really cool. I love doing that. But we just came to the same conclusion that we're supposed to create a resource, or not even a resource. It's supposed to be, according to this documentation here, here's where it says in Windows 10, you don't get the app window class. So anyway, they're like, just create your own app title bar, which in this case is a grid, but this is a Xamarin grid or a XAML grid specific, not a MAUI grid. One thing to keep in mind. So create this in your main window.xaml.cs file, or actually in main window.xaml, and then in your main window.xaml.cs, do the extends content into title bar, which is a property of window, and then set title bar. In a Blazor Hybrid application, in fact, in any MAUI application that you get from doing File New Project, there is a main page, not a main window. The other place I thought that it might make sense is putting it in app. But if you put it in app, First of all, app doesn't allow any direct children elements. So there is no content allowed in application. So I can't do it that way. And second, if you create it in app.xaml, the main project's app.xaml, you are creating a Microsoft MAUI controls grid, as opposed to on Windows, a Microsoft.xaml, Microsoft.ui.xaml.controls.grid. So what we came up with is create it in the MAUI application, or in the app.xaml. That's platform specific, since we're only using this title bar in Windows anyway. Give it a name, or a key actually. I gave it both a name and a key, and I can't access the name because it's just a resource and not a control on the page itself, which I got rid of this. Right, I was going to play around with that to see if that would help. And of course there is no butterfly image, so I'm going to get rid of that for now. Yeah, I have to figure out what's going on here with this thing. I don't fully understand it, but that's okay. We'll understand it together. I know we will. Okay. So oh, interesting. Yeah, I got this code here, this particular grid. Oh, interesting. Anyway, I got this particular grid from another project from a question that I asked. It was referenced in that project, and it's this WinUI 3 with custom caption. But again, this doesn't use any kind of MAUI controls, so it was difficult for me to fully understand. Plus, it's a lot of XAML, which I'm little by little I'm starting to understand. Okay, so I'm gonna run this real quick just so you can see what this app looks like. So this application shows that you can fully customize the title bar by providing a custom title bar, but again, they're using main window.xaml. And you can change stuff that will affect the title bar too. I'm sure if you had a color picker, you would be able to change the background color of the title bar, etc., etc., etc. They even changed the border, the button shape for all of the control buttons. It's just so weird to me. But yeah, so I'm pretty much integrating that example into this application. The other thing that I could try doing is once again moving this grid into main page.xaml and then having main page.xaml do all of the setup. Actually, I never checked for what overrides are available in main page.xaml. Is there an on window created? No. I like on handler changed because that might give me a, ooh, it has a get parent window. It has a get parent window. that I could use, but I would definitely want to use it on parent set. Oh, let's try that one. Oh, I like this. Okay. So anyway, the progress that we haven't made is I created this grid in, oh yeah, there's that. Good. So it's going to be there. I created this grid in app.xaml. I made it a resource. I gave it a key. And in the app.xaml setup that I use to change the height and width of the initial screen and center it on the page, on the current display, I set the properties that I'm supposed to set, which is extends content to title bar, and then the custom title bar is what I do, set title bar here. Yes. And then whenever I try to apply the color theme, so let me just show you what happens when I don't ignore the apply color theme. Holy cow. Oh man, I also have something else that I want to discuss, I guess, or get opinions on, because I really don't understand it myself. Okay, so you can see that it's calling into this title bar thing where it's going to set the color theme and everything to the top title bar, and it's like, hey, that still works, but guess what? It's going to keep working until we run it on Windows 10 or before. 42 is a great answer. So I want to see my custom title bar, and I can't see it when this thing runs and it actually gives me the default title bar and the colors and stuff like that from the default title bar. But here's the deal. Even though I'm providing the grid as the title bar, it's still giving me the default title bar, which is one that does not respond to color change. Well, it probably does respond to color changes, but I have it ignoring or early outing of the apply theme. So I really don't know. I just don't know. I don't know, you know? But that's why we're going to make some changes. The other thing that I did see, you like the orange color? Or the coffee color? I like coffee. I should put a linear gradient on the sidebar that responds to this, but I was just showing that we can change the theme in the Blazor class library and the underlying window. But let's try some things. I'm going to do the professional coding thing and comment out some code and leave it there for the rest of time. I get approval from NerdHerder. All right, I'm going to add a grid to the main page. That's going to be the title bar, the thing that is going to represent my title bar, and the Blazor web view, which is the actual page. Dukasoft says, wow, I feel like a pro now. And look, I uncommented code that I thought I wasn't going to use again. And that's because NerdHerder was like, just comment it out and leave it there. It's what the pros do. And it worked out. In case you couldn't tell, it worked out. This is actually going to be a static resource. So page color, by the way, page background color is defined in our themes. If you missed the theming part of this, which was a lot of fun, those videos are posted, like I said earlier. I have VODs on Twitch, and that would be the VOD from Tuesday, July 5th. And then yesterday's will be posted today. Well, yesterday's is available on Twitch already. It'll be posted to YouTube later today. once I finish all of my thumbnail stuff. But okay, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get this custom title bar to be the title bar for the app. And the way that we do that is, and this is the one from main page. Let's go to the code behind for main page. On parent set, we're going to do get parent window. And that gives me a window. Oh, if windows, we're going to do this. And Scott also helped me with figuring out that this is where you change it so that you can get your syntax highlighting based off of the target platform. That was really bothering me a lot. If window is not null, this is not supported on Windows yet, but it is. It is. So anyway, if Windows is null, then we're not going to do anything. Because there is no window to reference. Otherwise, we are going to get, I wonder if we can do it like this. Window helpers get active app window. But that's not what I want. I still want the native window. I keep forgetting that. Maybe the helper that I need is public static microsoft.ui.xaml.window active native window. And that's just going to be this. Because I'm using this a lot in all of these. Okay, so let's get active native window. Because this is the thing that should allow me to do native window dot extends content into title bar and native window dot set title bar, and now we can use our custom title bar, which is which is a MAUI control. This is where I need this to be a XAML grid, and I don't know how to do that. So one thing I think that I've tried this before is doing XML namespace. We're gonna call it XAML is gonna be one of these. Wait, X is XAML. So I should be able to use X colon grid? No, I cannot. Namespace, XAML. I don't know if this is even appropriate to put here, but I'm pretty sure that this is like you're aliasing your namespace that you're putting in here as this thing. And you probably want like shorter words for this. But let's do XAML control, and that's going to be Microsoft.ui. Yeah, and I can't do this unless we're in Windows only. XAML controls. I think this is just going to break everywhere else. So I still don't have a clue how to do this. Yeah, but can you do this? And you need to only happen if Windows. Save that. And then custom title bar is not found anymore because, wait, what? Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It doesn't exist anymore because there is no such thing as XAML controls. Let me make sure that this is the right namespace. Microsoft UI XAML controls. Grid? No, you cannot. Yeah, so then there was this compatibility one. So I think that was done something like, I just did compat to make it shorter. And there is no compat grid either, which I was hoping would give me a XAML grid. What else do we have? What else do we have? And surely someone has done this before in a MAUI app. I mean, yes, it is fairly new, but someone has had to have had done it. Nope. All right, so time for more researching. I wasn't going to say the name of it. I've said it too many times lately and I've activated people's phones too often. So I will say that I am researching. I use the other search engine, not Stack Overflow. So yeah, I mean, I've looked it up before. Quite a few times. Yeah, time to re-look up stuff. Yeah, and then here's that title bar customization thing that does not apply to MAUI because this thing needs to be a Xamarin control. XAML controls resource. What is this? Okay, so time to go back and read one more time because I'm sure that there's something that I keep overlooking. Okay, so at minimum, we're supposed to provide the title bar rectangle and the control captions, or the caption controls. I can read. dyslexic. Otherwise, we will get the default one. And let me just read where I read that from. Somewhere in here. Microsoft.ui.xaml.window class. Yeah, here it is. So this title bar customization is only supported in Windows 11. So this sentence here, though, this is how they abstract things. You can pass the window handle of the XAML window to the app window object and use the app window functionality in conjunction with the window APIs. However, title bar customization with app window is only supported in Windows 11. That process is what I am doing here, which is get the native window, pass the handle, or get the handle, sorry, for that native window, get the ID for that now actual window from the operating system, or at least the ID for the window from the operating system, and then use that to get the actual app window. So that's that one sentence there. And then the customized part is down here where I'm doing app window.titlebar and stuff. Use WinUI3 window titlebar customization APIs if you are creating a WinUI3 desktop app that needs to run on OS versions prior to Windows 11. So we are in the WinUI3 tab because we are targeting things that are Windows 11 and before. Hopefully that means that it still works normally on Windows 11 as well. So the only customization that you can do with the app window class is title, which we saw earlier. And then replace the system bar using extends content into title bar, which is true. Set that to true. Set the title bar content, define your title in a XAML UI element, then call set title bar UI element, which the only place that I know how to do that is in the Windows specific code for a MAUI app. This is a XAML element versus this is a MAUI element. Word. This is a word. It is a word. And then set caption button colors. You cannot do using the window class. What? Anyway, reading on. Reading on. Ow. That really hurt. Your other option is to hide the default title bar and replace it with your own custom content. That's what I want to do. Por ejemplo, puedes poner un text o ¿cómo se llama? Search box. Bolsa para. I don't even know how to translate that into Spanish. I've lost all of my Spanish ability. Spanish ability, that's a word. Just like Spanishifying and Spanishize and You will also need to use this option to extend a material backdrop like mica into the title. I want to do this, but that looks like a lot more reading and research. Yeah, this is the modern look that I want right here. When you opt for full customization, you're responsible for putting content into the title bar area, and you can define your own drag region. The caption controls, close, minimize, maximize, are still available and handled by the system, but elements like the app title are not. You will need to create those elements yourself as needed by your app. So I don't want simple, I want full. When you opt into full title bar customization, your app's client area is extended to cover the entire window, including the title bar area. You are responsible for drawing and input handling for the entire window except the caption buttons, which are still provided by the window. To hide the default bar and extend content, set property that extends app content into the title bar to true. In XAML app, this property can be set in your apps on launched method, app.xaml.cs, or in your app's first page. So I could set this anywhere I want. That's all. When your app is extended into the title bar, this is like the 6th time they're telling us. You are responsible for defining and managing the UI for the title bar. This includes, at minimum, specifying the title text and the drag region. The drag region of the title bar defines where the user can click, drag, and to move around. It's also where the user can right-click to show the system menu. So I don't know if you've ever right-clicked on the actual title bar, but this is the system menu that they're talking about. You can customize the items in there. It's the same as clicking on the icon on most apps, if the app happens to have an icon, or pushing Alt spacebar, which doesn't work in. Interesting. I wonder if Alt spacebar is a Power Tools shortcut, because it looks like Alt spacebar is opening up a search. The music is a little on the loud side. Maybe I'm just quieter. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn myself up. All right, here's my gain turned up. And how about now? Are we evenified? Clicky, clicky. And actually, you know what else? I think crisp is, it is running. Interesting. Okay, much better, he says. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I can definitely turn the music however loud you prefer. Or quiet, I guess. Okay. When your app is extended, oh yeah, I already read that part. The drag region, blah, 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 blah. To learn more about acceptable title bar and recommended UI patterns, see title bar design, which I have open right here. Right here. Pretty sure that's the same one. Yep. You specify the drag region by calling the window set title bar method and passing in that might be the information. That's not the information I'm looking for. And passing in a UI element that defines the drag region, which means that when I pass it a grid that takes up the entire width, that this is going to be the drag region for the window. whatever element I pass in or pass out. Pick one, anyone. Here's how to set a grid of content as the draggable title bar region. This code goes in the XAML and code behind for your app's first page. So for us, I am trying to put this in main page. For them, it's in main window, which we don't have, which is sad. Are you talking about MAUI? Yes. Tell me about this. What's your full title? No. Why were you saying that you were live if you're not? I want to ask these guys. So this is Maddie and David Ortnow, which are part of the MAUI team. I'm typing a question to them real quick. XAML.controls? Oh, okay. I doubt they're gonna read it because my questions are often overlooked. I probably just need to learn how to ask a question better. But I posted my question on the live Visual Studio stream that's going on right now. Okay. While they're talking about whatever they're talking about and ignoring my question because it's off topic, so I don't expect them to answer it. We're gonna keep experimenting. There's got to be something that we can do. You never read my questions. That's why I need my flip table lion emote. What if I programmatically create a grid? I think I tried this before. Okay, so here's something that I didn't think of doing though while creating this. What if we put a title bar here, not a title bar, a name on this control. Are names usually Pascal? Yeah, because they're properties. Page content. Okay, so maybe there's a way for me to do page content, which should be a grid, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is say row definitions is star, one row. And then my Blazor web view is going to be called Blazor UI. Okay, we got this. So page content dot row definitions dot insert at 0 new row definition with height equals, nope, you're supposed to be something like grid length dot auto. Then our Blazor UI dot row your about grid dot row. Ooh, how do I add? How do I access that? It's probably custom attributes, custom properties. Oh, I don't know how to change that. Dang it. So there's always something that's going to get in the way. How do I change this grid.row property on a random element? Give me 1 second. That's my door. That could be my, I don't know. I'll be right back. Okay. It was just Blue Apron delivery. Drink water. Thank you. Oh, I love water. Okay. Get property if set. So there must be a set property. Set value. Okay, let's do XAML set grid. Someone else has asked it. This grepper answer is not helpful. I guess this is technically setting the grid row in code. I guess what we want to know is at runtime. Can we do this at runtime? Oh, it's set row with the referenced element on grid. Interesting. Set row, Blazor UI 1. Super easy. That was nice to find. I can't believe I found a thing. Then we can do this extends content into title bar, set title bar, our new title bar. So let's set up our new title bar using code. Ow, my hip. Okay, this is gonna work. This is gonna be cool. We're gonna do it. I know we are. I know I can. What do we need in our title bar? Our title bar is a grid. We need grid row definitions. No, column definitions. Because it's only going to be one row. Width. You are star, and the second one is auto. I'm guessing at all this, by the way. I only caught a glance at this over the past 2 days of what this looks like. So this is just me guessing at a lot of stuff. Dang it. This is get only, which means we have to set this outside, which I'm okay with. Okay, so this should represent the... Interesting. We have to do Microsoft.ui.xaml. I keep putting U with a lowercase I. There is no star. Crap. All right, XAML grid set column width to star. Not there. Not there. It's interesting that there's a different syntax for the width of the column. Oh, new grid length. Oh, come on. Because that's Microsoft MAUI. So if we are in Windows, I'm going to alias this using XAML equals this. Because I'm much too lazy for that. Why are you broken now? How did that break now? Am I missing a something? I'm not getting the. Oh, ups. One too many. One too many. It's like what? What? How did I break it? Okay, my bag. Hello, Defines. Happy Thursday to you too. Helping us be honest about what day of the week it is when you show up. So nice of you. I hope you've been having a fun time. Okay, so we are good to go. I want to make sure that we can get our other information in here first. What do we want in our title bar again? Content. We want content in our title bar. Is it just called children? I'm pretty sure it was called content. Maybe it is children. Okay, let me do it this way. Happy Defines Thursday. Okay, let's create our content first. So we need our title text label, and we need this to be a MAUI XAML label. Maybe. And Define showed up in the Visual Studio channel too. Content control. Excuse me. Isn't label just like a typical standard control? Oh, itchy. Huh? So confusing. So XAML create label code behind. This seems to be working so far. Whenever you want to create UI elements dynamically, you should think of a data template first. Use an items control to create UI elements simply by adding data to observable collection. What? That's lovely. Thanks. Yeah, code behind doesn't recognize the name label. Yeah, this thing really does not like to support creating things programmatically. You need to put a name on this. That's all. Yeah, I mean, they're just creating a new label. So maybe label comes from somewhere else. It's not Xamarin Controls. How about this? Hey, search engine. What is the namespace for a XAML label? Forms? Not forms. Man. Can you give me that again? Types. Which one of these are types? Classes. So when you're asking you because I asked a question. Yes. Someone actually responded to me when I went to YouTube and pointed out that there's a question on Twitch. They noped out of that one super fast. My theory. No, I don't have any theories. Okay. Anyway, we're going to continue because there were absolutely no acknowledgments, even that there was a question. Let's just keep picking around until we can find something that we can use to display text. How about a button? We can use a button to display text. So the button, well, we should be able to set this in line. What is it called? The content is going to be title text. Sure. And then we're going to add actually this thing should probably only be one column for now. But what I'm thinking of doing is having it be two columns, one for the icon and one for the label, whenever we find out how to do a label. Oh no. No, I can't find anything related to setting the content of the title bar. Oh, it was children. That's what it was. Right. And then the other thing that I need to make sure to do is title text dot, not title text, title bar, which is a grid, dot set, I can't remember what it is already, set row. set column, title, text 1. Is it because this is a MAUI grid that we have set row and we can't do that with XAML controls grid? Why are these so different? Does it matter? I don't think it matters. I think if we do add, it's going to be fine, right? It'll add it to the first column, and then it'll automatically assign this thing to column 1. Let's just see what happens. Let's run it. We can't run it. There's still something broken. I want to get rid of this. Actually, I want to get rid of all this. Actually, we shouldn't have to because I'm not using it. I commented out the code in the code behind. So let's get the window. We actually got a window. That's surprising. The question is, are we going to get the native window when we get down here? It's not displaying yet, so we might not. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I need a way to get the native window from window, which I think we can just do using the handlers. I'm starting to blank out. All right, we're good. I'm back. I need it to be a Microsoft UI XAML window. Pretty please. Which we've aliased to XAML.window. Okay, can we make it here? Yes. Can we get a native window? No. Handler is null. So we definitely are able to get the MAUI window. And there is no parent to the MAUI window. It doesn't look like there are any methods. Well, I don't know that for sure. Oh, wait. There's a extends content into title bar and set title bar directly on window. There was set title. Didn't I just see that? Oh. Dang it, I already forgot what it was called. I have to put a breakpoint on this again. I know what the type on window was because I already forgot. Somebody rewind. It is microsoft.maui.controls.window. Just check YouTube. I could have sworn. Oh, wait, yeah, I could have sworn that we just saw that there was an extends content into title bar and a set title bar on window on 5. 5 native window. That is a lot of emails, man. Oh, man. Okay, so window had. I did window dot. Why is it gone now? I could have sworn that I saw set title bar. You can set the title. Oh my goodness. So, what did we see? We saw that there was no handler. Handler is null. We can see that down here. Yeah, handler is null, so we can't do something like at the application window. And the real question is, how is this any different from... Oh, because I'm setting it as part of the page content. That's how it's different. Never mind. I answered my own question. My question was going to be, how is this any different than adding the title bar in app.saml? Or setting the title bar in app.saml.cs for the Windows specific platform. Whoa. I'm okay. Nothing happened. And there's like nothing that I know about that can move, that can turn this window into the type of window that has extends content into title bar. What can I learn from this thing? Can I access window mapper here? Excuse me. Oh, not here. Main page. That's what I meant. What happened to my title bar? I broke some stuff. I pasted over it. Okay, so let's say that we were in Windows. Okay, we're in Windows. So since I have this, I'm just gonna say, go away, you're in the way, delete the code. What do you say? Are you going to fire me? Window mapper is everywhere, says Juan Van. And also hello, Juan Van. Okay, so I do get my application window to show by doing that. I have, well, I don't need app window. Crap. Oh, wait. this is the app.xaml version of it. And now we're in the, it will fire meow. Now we're in the main page. So we have our title bar, which is going to be a new grid. We're going to create some column definitions. Right now it's just one column. And it's 1 star. Create a new button. Add that to the title bar. Set our page content, which by default is just 1 row. So I'm adding another row, changing this one to be in the 2nd row, and changing title bar. Right. I forgot that part. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm inserting title bar. I'm not inserting title bar yet. I need to do that too. So page content dot set row, the Blazor UI, title bar. So does that mean that page content also has children? Oh no. it, oh man. You can only add MAUI controls. To this grid. Good grief, man. How are you supposed to do this? If you can only use XAML controls as the custom title bar, how are you supposed to set a custom title bar in a MAUI app? There's got to be something that I'm missing. can I add this to let's try this. Let's try this. Let's add a row definitions of grid length dot auto and XAML grid length dot auto. Why isn't this one working? Oh, row definition with height equals dir. Okay, then this one is going to be new row definition with height equals take up the rest of the space. I hope that's what that means. Then to page content, add the title bar. And it's happy with that because this is all XAML controls, but this is where we might break it. Page content.children.add Blazor UI. You can add, oh, damn. There it is. So you can't add MAUI controls to a XAML grid, and you can't add XAML controls to a MAUI grid. And the only XAML control we have that's kind of like the Blazor web view is a web view 2. And I don't know how to use that because I'm given the Blazor web view out of the box. But maybe we can add it ourselves. I might have an example of using WebView 2. What? System Windows grid. System Windows controls grid. So this is from a WPF app. But controls doesn't exist in System Windows. And what namespace can you come from? Remote Blazor web view. Which is a completely different library. So I can't use that as my sample. So that's not a thing. An app window really doesn't have anything for the title bar, because app window would be the native MAUI. We can set the icon. I wonder if we can set... No, you can't set title bar at all. Donor of a lonely heart. This is my face when I'm thinking. I'm running out of ideas here. Okay, so the things that I've tried, let's recap. The things that I've tried is to use the very first thing was to use the title bar API, the app window title bar customization API. That works fine on Windows 11 only. So then the next thing that I tried was using the stuff that is regarding WinUI 3 here to extend content into title bar and set title bar in a WinUI 3 application. But they're doing it on this thing called main window, which I don't have a main window. Okay, well, here's one thing that we want for sure. We want the color of title bar buttons, which we can do here in app.xaml. Except that that needs to be in a resource dictionary, which I would want to be part of our merge dictionaries. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Huh? All objects added to an iDictionary must have a key attribute or some other type of key associated. That's what this is. Oh. I know that. I knew that. But that needs to be in merged dictionaries. Cripes. I can't just put it in resources, in resource dictionary. It needs to be in merged dictionaries. But that should be fine because I'm adding to the resource dictionary and the code behind. I mean merged dictionary. How do you do this? Resource dictionary dot merge dictionaries. Oops, I put that way too. Wait, did I put that too far down? I did. What? I'm still confused. I'm always confused. Wait, wait for it. He'll figure it out one day. All right. You go up here around this thing only. There is no control dot for that. So chances are this thing only exists in Windows applications. Or Windows project type specifically. There's so much back and forth. Do you build? I know that you always have errors on this page, but do you actually build? Like there's one thing that got me really, really close. And that's when we set title bar to null. Unfortunately, setting title bar to null completely breaks the draggability of the area, and yeah, that doesn't look like it worked. All right, we'll get back to the setting the background color. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to the point where we were at least able to see the title bar go away, except for the control box, which is the caption control, I think is what they're calling it here. Caption buttons. And the way that we're going to do this is with the GitHub issue. This is on window. Dang it. All right, we're going to get back to the one thing real quick that we were able to see, and then we'll customize this in tomorrow's stream. So that will be extends content into title bar and then native window set title bar to null. And that will be using this approach from a long time ago. It's so hard to comment out things that have commented out things. You know what? I'm just going to do them parts. There. All right. Let's see if I can find this thing real quick. It should be in my .NET MAUI issues. Have title bars, still peculiar issues. Can't even remember the name of the GitHub repository for this issue. I want to see that. .NET MAUI title bar behavior. Behavior. Title bar oddities. Not title bar oddities. It was like title bar still behaving. Still not behaving correctly. Okay, and they had some sample code using data template. In the MAUI application resources, and then in the code behind, extend content to title bar, true, set title bar, null. And so we had some promising behavior with this. Which there's a bunch of stuff that I need to comment. Okay, so promising behavior was a breakpoint. Oh, now I'm not even getting the other thing. Anyway, I'll get it back to that point. But using that data, whatever, I at least saw the buttons in the title bar when setting. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Main program. I just want to see this one more time. Um, Figure life cycle events. Coffee. Okay, so if we set to null, here. No, it's not working at all anymore. I'll get it back to a point where it was working, but I could at least see the same thing that was in this issue. Maybe it wasn't this. Oh, this is not it. The thing that was up there. Oh, it was working. It was working. It was just that yeah, I think it was just that that didn't have the grid that I was borrowing code from before. Anyway, that's got to be it for my time. What did I do with my camera? There's my camera. I need to get back to work. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I know that it's a lot of going back and forth, but this is the learning process. And if you didn't want to be here, you wouldn't be here. So for those of you that are here, thank you for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out with me. Um, really appreciate you. I'm going to go also get a snack because I'm dizzy. Dukasoft wants to raid. I don't know who to raid. I kind of just want to get back to work. Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't been raiding much. I never was really much for raiding, but that's okay. Um, I'm just going to get back to work. I'll be around on Discord, so I will catch you on some other day. Tomorrow's community day. I'll try to have some content, but most likely I'll just be struggling through this some more because I really need to get this done. Um, I was hoping to have the title bar stuff done by next Tuesday before my next update meeting. But the only thing that I've been working on for the actual work product is the skinning. And maybe we'll just switch to that and drop the whole title bar thing, and I'll figure something out for that. But that's it. Ciao. Still waiting. Okay. Bye.